asleep or had trouble staying awake.
I've never been at any meeting where, and the things you're showing me now, he was not falling asleep. And
So-
I think
so
it's
you're
outrageous
lying
that I'm before
again.
the Foreign
You're
Affairs
lying
Committee of the United States
consistently
House of Representatives
to
asking
Congress.
questions about sleep.
You're
This is
lying
a
to
joke.
Congress, Secretary Rubio. So I'm going to show you another video in a moment. The
Show me all
president's
the videos you
inability,
want.
the president's inability to stay awake on the job has caused other countries to perceive him differently. They mock him.
Marco Rubio sat in that hearing room and lied, not stretched the truth, not spun it, lied straight to the faces of the American people on camera under oath as a cabinet secretary. And the man who caught him doing it was Congressman Ted Lieu. This is what happens when a Secretary of State gets comfortable. When he thinks nobody's watching close enough to call him out, Ted Lieu was watching. Ted Lieu had the receipts. And when Rubio tried to deny what everyone can see with their own eyes, Lieu didn't let him off the hook.
You have been at multiple meetings with President Trump. In a moment, I'm going to show you a video of one of these meetings. It is from last December. It's a cabinet meeting. I'm going to ask you to focus on President Trump, and you will see that he is sleeping while you are talking.
Oh, my God.
Please show the video.
Products they make and what American farmers grow and produce has a fair shot to be sold around the world. On issue after issue, that's been the case. You talk about foreign aid reforms. This is not our money. This is taxpayer money.
Secretary Rubio, have you been at more than one meeting where President Trump has fallen asleep?
That's false. That's false. I've never seen him fall asleep. On the contrary, the guy doesn't sleep, which is a big problem because he calls me at 2 in the morning. He calls me at 5 in the morning. And, you know, I like to sleep a little bit, maybe not 12 hours, but at least 6. So he works. The other day he was at the Oval Office until 12:30 p.m. 12:30 a.m. I don't know what you're talking about.
Secretary Rubio, I'm going to show you in a moment a video that shows you just lied to Congress.
Oh, okay.
So this is a video of a cabinet meeting literally from last month where Donald Trump is sleeping while you're talking. Please show this video.
A coalition of countries that line up behind the peace deal, behind the border peace, and it's still every day is a challenge, but it's been driven personally by the president. It's the reason why we're involved in this whole Ukraine-Russia conflict.
You need to understand who Marco Rubio really is. Not the polished guy in the suit giving talking points about trade deals and foreign aid. The guy who will look Congress in the eye and say that's false about something that is sitting right there on video. That's not a man defending his boss. That's a man who thinks the truth doesn't apply to him.
That's not our war. It's not the president's war. This war started, it never would have happened if you've been president. But this war is going on, and the president is trying to end it.
You are literally talking about issues of war and peace, and Donald Trump is sleeping right next to you.
No, he's not.
If Donald Trump cannot stay awake at these important meetings where the cameras are rolling, imagine what he's like when the cameras are not there. So I'm going to ask you, have you been at classified meetings where Donald Trump has fallen asleep or had trouble staying awake?
I've never been at any meeting where, and the things you're showing me now, he was not falling asleep. And I think
so
it's
you're
lying
lying
that I'm
again.
before the Foreign
You're
Affairs Committee
lying
of the United States
consistently
House of Representatives
to
asking
Congress.
questions about sleep.
You're
This is
lying
a
to
joke.
Congress, Secretary Rubio. So I'm going to show you another video in a moment. The
Show me all the videos you want.
president's inability to stay awake on the job has caused other countries to perceive him differently. They mock him. They see he is weak and he is feeble. This is a video of a French news channel talking about Donald Trump falling asleep at a Memorial Day ceremony. Please show this video.
Let's talk about what kind of Secretary of State does this. Rubio wasn't asked a trick question. He wasn't asked to speculate. He was asked something simple. Has the president fallen asleep in meetings you were in? And instead of answering like an adult, he panicked. He deflected. He tried to turn it into a joke about phone calls at 2 in the morning. Classic Rubio. Classic swamp behavior. When you can't answer the question, you change the subject and hope nobody notices. Ted Lieu noticed. And that's exactly why Rubio should be terrified of him. Here's what's really going on. Marco Rubio has built his entire career on being the guy who tells you what you want to hear. He did it as a senator. He's doing it now as Secretary of State. He'll tell you Iran has no military, one sentence, and then contradict it the next. He'll tell you foreign aid reforms are about protecting taxpayers while he ducks every hard question about accountability.
Well, Mark, a video that appears to show Donald Trump falling asleep at a Memorial Day ceremony this Monday has been circulating heavily online. And internet users have a lot to say about it. It's also reignited rumors about the state of the US president's health. Now, in the video, social media users say that Trump is fighting sleep whilst he listens to the speech given by Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, and that his eyes appear to be closed for a large portion of the ceremony. Now, we need to remember here that this is a ceremony to honor and remember those US military personnel who have died while serving in the armed forces. And the idea that Trump was asleep at a somber ceremony like this, well, that has triggered outrage online.
Donald Trump's inability to stay awake on the job shows that there's something very wrong with his health or cognitive abilities. And in fact, on a number of occasions, Donald Trump will contradict himself in literally the same meeting or interview. In this video I'm about to show, it shows that Donald Trump says the Iranian military is both destroyed and not destroyed at the same time, something that Dina Titus alluded to. Please show this video.
In terms of leadership, we've actually left their military alone. People would be surprised to hear that, because mistakes have been made in wars where you wipe out everybody and then you have a country that's, for 40 years can never rebuild. You look at what happened with Iraq. We did so. Iran is in a very bad position. They have no military. All they have is good talk, and they have a fake press.
So, Secretary Rubio, instead of holding North Korean-style cabinet meetings where everyone goes around the room kissing Donald Trump's ass, I'm going to ask you to come clean with the American people and the White House as well. There's something wrong with Donald Trump's health or cognitive abilities. There's a reason he keeps going to the hospital and they keep giving him cognitive tests. We have not seen the president in 8 days. The American people deserve the truth. I yield back.
He is a man who has mastered the art of saying a lot of words that mean nothing and hoping the cameras move on before anyone catches him in the lie. But Ted Lieu doesn't move on. That's what makes him dangerous to people like Rubio. Lieu came into that hearing prepared. He didn't ask Rubio to guess. He showed him the tape multiple times. And every single time Rubio's story fell apart in real time, right there in front of the entire country. Think about what it means that a sitting Secretary of State has to be confronted with video evidence just to admit what everybody can already see. That's not a small thing. That's a man who has decided that loyalty to Donald Trump matters more than telling Congress the truth. That is not what public service is supposed to look like. That is a cabinet official protecting a boss instead of protecting the country. And it's not just about naps and meetings. That's the surface. What Ted Lieu was really exposing is something much bigger, a pattern of an administration that will not tell the American people the truth about the president's health, about his cognitive state, about basic facts happening right in front of cameras. And Rubio sat there and denied something that was recorded on video. If he'll lie about something that small, that easy to check, what do you think he's willing to say about the things you can't see? About classified briefings? About decisions made behind closed doors where there's no camera to catch him? This is exactly why Congress needs people like Ted Lieu in that room. Not people who nod along and lob softball questions, people who show up with the tape ready to roll, who don't blink when a cabinet secretary tries to gaslight the entire country. Lieu didn't back down once. He called it what it was, lie after lie after lie, right to Rubio's face, and made him sit there and own it. And here's the part that should make you angry. Rubio didn't apologize. He didn't correct himself. He doubled down. He kept insisting something false was true, even with the proof playing on the screen behind him. That tells you everything about the character of the people currently running this government. They don't care if you catch them lying. They care if you can prove it fast enough before the news cycle moves on. Ted Lieu proved it on the record in real time. This is what accountability is supposed to look like, and it is in short supply right now. Every time a member of Congress like Ted Lieu forces someone like Marco Rubio to answer for the truth, it matters. It's a reminder that not everyone in Washington is willing to just look the other way. Marco Rubio got caught lying to Congress on camera more than once in the same hearing, and Ted Lieu is the reason the American people got to see it happen. That's the job. That's what accountability looks like when someone actually does it. If you're tired of cabinet officials thinking they can lie straight to your face and get away with it, you already know why this moment matters. Smash that like button, subscribe, and let us know in the comments, do you trust a single word coming out of Marco Rubio's mouth after this?